Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to stay in mid-Michigan for this next one of our favorite guests, Lindsey Mead. She's an associate with Foster, Swift, Collins, and Smith with 5 offices across the state of Michigan. Lindsey, welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks so much for having me, Chris.
And coming off what I hope was a very good holiday for you?
It was great. I hope the same for you.
Well, it's a little hectic, but wonderment. It's like your first time at Disney World, you know?
Love it.
Don't know exactly where to go. All right, listen, acronyms have become such a big part of our life. Here's a couple I'm going to throw at you, right? WBENC
Yep.
and WBE. What are those certifications?
Yes, a lot of acronyms in this whole episode, so everybody buckle in. But WBENC stands for the Women's Business Enterprise National Council. And this is a national organization that offers a women's business enterprise or WBE certification. So through the WBENC, women-owned businesses have the opportunity to work with diverse national suppliers and purchasing executives with hundreds of other United States corporations and companies that are intending to target their opportunities to women-owned businesses.
Okay, so does this harken back to the old days when there were like a certain percentage of set-asides too?
Yes, so the we'll talk about the SBA as well. They also set aside certain contracts, but the WBENC, it's not only a contracting program, but it's also a council that's connecting women business owners to their community and other women-owned businesses with certain networking events, mentorship programs. So there's a lot of benefits to participants outside of just exclusive contracting opportunities. There's also this opportunity not only to network and have a mentor through the early startup phases of your business, but really showcase with this WBEN seal that we are a women-owned business.
Liz, let me ask you, typical eligibility criteria for these two types of federal certification?
So yes, they're very different, but also very similar because the SBA, like we briefly touched on, they have a women-owned small business or WOSB, so another acronym heavy, or economically disadvantaged or EDWSOB program. So two different organizations here, and the WBENC's criteria is going to be a little different than the SBA's criteria. But both of them are going to be looking for evidence across the board that your business is at least 51% majority owned, controlled, operated, and managed by either one woman in a leadership position or multiple women across your board. And this is essentially they're trying to seek this evidence because they're trying to avoid situations where a company just wants to put that women-owned business certification stamp on their business to compete in these exclusive um, contracting opportunities without actually allowing a woman to lead. So that's what they're looking for with these document requests.
Okay, these two certifications are really a good opportunity. What types of documents uh, for interested women?
Yeah, they again, it's going to be different for the WBENC and SBA, but typically both of them are going to request documents like copies of your professional license, depending on the industry that you're operating in, a summary of the history of your business, how it came to be, and how it has transitioned or begun from the start to be owned by a woman. They're looking for management contracts, copies of US citizenship documentation, financial statements, personnel information about your employees, and essentially just those standard governing documents like your operating agreement or your articles of incorporation to really paint the picture of what your business is as a whole.
You know, these are tremendous opportunities. You throw in the acronyms, and all of a sudden it gets a little confusing.
Yeah.
So what I always say is get yourself a professional. So what can Foster Swift do to help that?
Yes, hopefully we can be that professional, but through either the WBENC or SBA, both organizations permit an attorney or other third-party program to assist with compiling the necessary information for these applications and filling out these applications. So they serve as this delegate. And both I and my colleague Amanda Dernovshik, who also works in Foster Swift's Lansing office, have helped our clients with these in the past because it is a long, long laundry list of documents, over 100 questions on these applications. So, being able to tap somebody in to take a look at your documents before submitting them, make sure there's no discrepancies or contradictions within them, and feel confident when submitting it that you're going to get approved is something that we offer, and I'm very proud of that.
So, with information like this, we always wind up getting feedback. Who do I get a hold of to help me with that? How do people get a hold of you, Lindsey?
We just revamped our website. So if you went to Foster Swift's website, Foster Swift Law, and found either Amanda or my contact information, you can email or call us.
Well, Lindsey Mead, associate with the Foster Swift Collins and Smith attorneys with Lansing and 5 other offices across the state of Michigan. Thanks for bringing us up to date. We always appreciate spending time with you, Lindsey.
Thank you so much, Chris.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we will be back with a whole lot more.